Remembering Kevin Samuels. I used to always say this, and I never knew if he liked when I said this, but I used to always say that he dangled the shiny object, the carrot of the high value man, in front of the face of black women to get them to walk into the door, to get them to walk into the room. But once he got them in the room, after dangling the shiny object of the high value man in front of their face, once he got them in, he sat them down and had a real discussion about black relationships, a real discussion about black people, a discussion that was never had, at least not like that. One of my moderators, RM, would always remind me of a quote that I said, and I said it off the cuff. I just randomly said it one day, and then she constantly repeats it when she points out that I said one day, if you're against Kevin Samuels, you're against black families. Because if you take away all the fluff and the feathers, all the viral moments, all the antics, all the get a dog, die alone, all the
potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it! I don't need a cookbook.
That's why you will buy a dog and die alone.
I'm a PhD.
Once you get past all of that, what he was truly advocating and fighting for was black men and black women to get back together. On the man's terms, of course. But nevertheless, the end result, if you follow everything to its logical conclusion, it was for women to do a proper appraisal of themselves and figure out where they're truly at and where they truly rank, and get with a suitable man and act in the best interest of a long-term outcome that's beneficial for the woman, the children, and the man, but on the man's terms. And that was a stumbling block for a lot of people. But nevertheless, no matter how you slice it, he was advocating for more black families. And then there's the ever controversial black manosphere, of which he didn't invent, he didn't create it. The concept of red pill, he didn't invent it, he didn't create it. Much like how Michael Jackson didn't invent the moonwalk. However, Michael Jackson gave the moonwalk to the world. And when it comes to the black manosphere, when it comes to the concept of red pill, Kevin Samuels was the one who gave it to the world. He said it, he talked about it, he echoed the sentiments, the ideas, the views, the perspectives. Everybody who considers himself red pill or a part of the black manosphere probably didn't agree with every detail, but more or less, he echoed the ideas, sentiments, views, and perspectives of black men. Black men who spoke up, and black men had either no voice or a very small voice when it came to those topics. He popularized certain ideas. He popularized certain ideas that we never thought would make it that far-reaching. In fact, it was essentially mainstream. The views, thoughts, ideas, and perspectives that were put out there before the world on Kevin Samuels' show, we thought that those views would stay small, they would stay obscure, they would stay relegated to a very small corner of social media, YouTube in particular. And he put it on a world stage. And when I say world stage, I really mean that. He was global. And it got to the point to where it was no longer that he just gave a voice to the little guy. Even superstar athletes like Cam Newton recently echoed a lot of the words directly from Kevin Samuels' mouth. And they tried to cancel him, of course. But nevertheless, he said it. And we can't pretend as if Kevin Samuels taking the things that a lot of us have been saying for years and him taking it to a stage that big. We can't pretend like that doesn't have something to do with why other people who have mainstream platforms, people who are a major part of the mainstream, are now saying a lot of the things that we've been saying over here in this corner. It's out there in front of the world, and Kevin Samuels took it there. I always said, I don't care who said it first, I don't care who said it best. I'm just glad that it's being said and everyone is hearing it. Men speaking up in their own voice have changed the dialogue, the discourse forever. And that's Kevin Samuels' legacy. Like I said, he wasn't the first to do it, but he was the one who did it just right to make everybody listen. And everybody did listen. And the dialogue is changed forever. The discourse about Black relationships is changed forever. We've always had our side of the story, but the world didn't know our side of the story. And because of Kevin Samuels, the world got to hear it. So here's to remembering Kevin Samuels, a legacy that will live on. So rest in peace. You won't be forgotten.